carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. This defense for the Patriots, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Lawrence Guy able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side, and that is caught at the 10-yard line. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Allen going to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A big play there for the Patriots.
They went with their popular RPO on that play, and what they often tell their receivers, as soon as you get the ball, you've got to be like a punt return. You've got to make the first guy miss on your own, because if you do, big plays like that can result. He went a long way before they caught him.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's bat things out.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like...
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Jones out to the flat. That's caught. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Folk's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive.
Singletary loses it, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
So I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
He's coming. We got double up. Check.
On 2nd down and 4, Allen flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers. And they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Throwing Jones. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They'll run it here. This is James White. White's got a first down and more. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Jones now to throw on 2nd down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Now a pass dropped off here for James White. Not much there, only a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Throwing to start the drive. Allen will get this out wide to Singletary. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He's got the first down and more past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing on first down is Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I think he just made the punter a little bit jealous there. There was some serious hang time on that ball. Deep downfield, and while it didn't connect, it certainly sent a message, didn't it?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is the former Dolphin Matt Hawk to punt for Buffalo, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And some room to work. He's at the 50. 30. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor it. He shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Patriots. Nelson Agholor. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Patriots on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right.
And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Davis. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on.
And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Pats are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Harris. Breaks a tackle. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Jones. He's got it complete to Agholor. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And Folk's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Jones on 1st and 10. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. 20, 5, and he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there. Suddenly
it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Moss. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Moss once more. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Zach Moss, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. Bass on for the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They hand this off to Harris. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 90 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. This is Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And this throw incomplete. Of a defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Here's Jones on third down. Henry's got it out on the left side.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Now a give, running left is Harris. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 23.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Jones.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
Touchdown! James White with touchdown number 7 on the year. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front.
So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablets.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle, he's got Myers.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Jones. Off play action. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is You know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
58, come on. 58, come on.
Allen off the play fake. He's got the hookup with Diggs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big gain there for the Bills. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here we go.
2nd and 5 now. Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Isaiah McKenzie, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Bills have once again taken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Allen will try to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run again with Harris. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
New England on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give to Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Off play action. Jones rolling to his right. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man is heard. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On 1st down, it's Harris. Powerful running. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 22, Jones. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. It's caught by Aguilar. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. This is Harris. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try and power it home here with a fullback Johnson. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Jones. This is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. James White with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Now Folk for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for New England, it's a 4th win on the year as they move to 4-9. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.
Shall come forth as pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?